Hey everybody, I'm going to try to do this as best I can, but this is basically reading off Dan Drazen's review of Sonic Universe 44, Unsung Heroes Part 4, Fight the Power. Now, I'm not going to go too much into the thing because I'll provide the link down below. But basically this is what he says. He says it's conjuring time. Noctis is storing Val's bones into the jade stew pot, while sorcerer apprentice Jeff assists with all the enthusiasm of someone undergoing root canal work. Up on the surface, Larry is throwing bad karma around, and the first casualty is the lock on Royal Military HQ. You'd think with a facility that's that vital, they'd hire a nocturnal animal as a guard in the lobby, and he could just lean on the push bar to open the door. Back below, Noctis is still firing up his hoodoo when the not Larrys bust in and body slam him. And each of them is equipped with their own text box ID, for the benefit of the newbies who just discovered this title. While they keep Jeff and Noctis busy, Eliza's sows weapons of mass destruction along the path. I think that's what it says. Yeah, sows weapons of mass destruction along their path. Quote, I don't know where the director got all these explosives, but right now I don't care. Yeah, rehearse that line for when the Mobian Council intelligence community starts asking questions about this op. But back to the action and more action. Noctis discovers that some of his elemental tricks aren't going to work on Shard, so he asks Jeff to pass him his Chaos Emerald staff. Silver, though, gets in Noctis' face, but not too much, and blocks the pass. Meanwhile, Rhoda has shown up to jimmy the lock on the building. The next problem is they can't find the Constitution they're supposed to ratify, as the Council shows all the professionalism of the Coalition Provisional Authority during the American occupation of Iraq. There follows 3 pages of action and more action, and not a whole lot of dialogue to get in the way. Back up in Chambers, it's Cream to the rescue as she produces the errant document which had fallen behind a desk. The next issue is Noctis' absence, but before they can do anything about it, the lights go out. Silver and Noctis are still mixing it up when Noctis uses fire to suck the oxygen out of the room as Silver reaches for his head. I think I'd grab my chest, but I'm not a hedgehog from the future. Anyway, Shard makes the save and finally, italic-wise, gets the notion to smash the pot with Val's bones in them. Quote, you should have done that from the start. Unquote, Jeffrey helpfully observes, though if they had done that, Ian would have had 7 pages to fill. The SFF then cut out of there and detonate the explosive. Noctis is caught by some falling rocks, but Jeff decides not to make the save and walks away. Noctis still has it in him to block off the SFF's escape route, but Shard takes care of that while making his umpteenth I'm glad I'm not organics crack. Noctis then turns his wrath on the detained Jeff, who does some fast talking about how to put the best face on things from a public relations standpoint, and with a face like Noctis, he'll need all the help he can get. Jeff is spared, but you have to assume that the well is pretty much poisoned by this time. We then get a page representing how Eliza, Larry, and Shard, question on that, have to keep the heroics on the down low for the greater good. It's a play to inject a bit of heart into this story, but only a bit. We finish it off with 2 pages of Harvey and Silver serving up a plate of red herring to cleanse the palate. I'd have chosen a nice sorbet myself. Alright, that was his review. Now, as far as his scoring goes, anybody that's followed me knows pretty much that his scoring is, the highest is a 10 in 3 categories. Head of the story, eye of the story, artistic wise, and heart. And if you get 30, it's like an A+, 25 out of 30, it's like a B, 20, it's like a C+, 15 is about a D+. So what does he give this story? Well, this is what he gives it, the head of the story. This is what he looks at as the head of the story. And so the new Constitution never gets voted on and turned out to be a MacGuffin, something to drive the plot, but also something from which Ian doesn't have to think too hard because it doesn't make any real difference. Same with Val's bones, since the incarnation never gets delivered. It's too bad that the Val's bones plot point turned out to be a MacGuffin as well. I honestly thought it could have been a game changer, something that Nagas would have tried only to have it go horribly wrong, so that everybody in the chamber would have been in trouble. Larry's Fender comment was standing. It would have been a welcome back from the cliched good guy, bad guy fight that Ian gave us. Yeah. And again, cliches are the heart and soul of writing for comic books. The trivialities of the council members, as they pretty much fall over themselves trying to get the Constitution ratified at night without any kind of audience of Mobian citizens to witness this historic event, quickly turns into the kind of slapstick that helped kill vaudeville. One more MacGuffin we really didn't need. And since we had Shard in this story, the comic relief was superficial at best. Okay, I'm not going to read the rest. I'll just let you read it, but pretty much he feels the head portion of the story didn't do so well and gives it a score of 3. The artistic part of it, which was done by Tracy Yarlin, he basically says Tracy takes his work more seriously than Ian, and he gives the artistic portion of the story a 10. As far as the heart of the story, again, I'll let you read that for yourself since I'm in a hurry here. He gives the heart of the story a 2. So basically he goes with a 15 out of 30, a D+ story. So that's basically how he looks at it. I'll provide again a link down below so you guys can read it yourself. I'm kind of a bit of a hurry. My mom just got up too, so I don't want to have any interruptions. But again, overall it's a 15 out of 30. I'll provide a link down below so you guys can read it yourself. But it sounds like he looks at this entire arc as not so good. You know, it had its moments, but then again it had its basically, I think the way he looks at it is that it had its moments, but in the end it really dropped the ball in some areas, or in most areas. So that's all I'm going to say on it. Comment down below, video response if you like. I'll talk to you later.